Happy Sunday. It's August 24th, 2025 in Toronto, Ontario. Let's get the frame a little better. And currently I'm driving to my parents' house to bleach some of this white laundry. I live in the main floor of a house, and I've lived there 8 years now, and the laundry room is used by multiple people, so the laundry machine's not that good. The laundromat across the street is closed randomly, so off I go. And typically I see my folks on Sundays. They only live like 20 minutes away. I'm making this video because I am at a bit of a crossroads. I've been operating Easy Media, my freelance social media marketing consultancy agency, for 3 years now. I haven't had a job in 3 years, and I've been able to sustain myself through various client-based marketing work, spanning industries like hospitality, e-com, direct-to-consumer fashion, Web3, crypto, startup tech-based companies, the music industry, and it's all really been a wild ride. Some months were amazing, where I made high percentages of my last salary in one paycheck, or in 30 days. You know, I made close to 70% of over 50% actually, just over 50% of my last salary, which was, you know, quite high in 2022. I made that in 1 month once. I've had $0 months, as my close friend Jermaine would refer to as donut months, and everything in between. I've tried to hire people, I've hired contractors, I've had to fire people, all kinds of ups and downs. And since basically the start of this year, my professional life hasn't been trending in a area that I wanted to trend. In other words, it's been a real shit year. In the last 3 years of operating my business, this one's the worst one. And I wonder, you know, why that is. I struggle to land on exact reason. You know, you can point to things like tariffs, which impacted my biggest client from wanting to re-sign to me. They were based in Hong Kong, to, you know, just not having a good ability to source new business. I've gotten to final rounds of, you know, pitching clients. I've had great conversations that didn't go anywhere, things like that. And through it all, I've really tried to maintain a positive outlook on it. And unfortunately, you know, it's gotten to the point where now it's end of August. I just had my 35th birthday, and I'm really starting to ask some big questions around, is this a sustainable path forward? You know, I want to get to the point where I can be a millionaire. I want to buy a house. I want to marry my girlfriend. I want to have kids. I want to move to the US. These are all kind of things that I've identified that are big goals of mine, and I want to hit every single one of them in the next 2 years. It sounds so crazy to voice it, but I know people who have done these things. I've talked with and worked for and worked with people who have done all these things. They don't scare me, they don't look different than me, and they definitely don't work as hard as me. But what they have been able to do is successfully build a repeatable model for success. I'm gonna start driving now because in Toronto, traffic is terrible. Side note, I've spent a lot of time in Los Angeles now because my lovely girlfriend lives there, and I'm convinced Toronto's traffic is worse. Anyway, I have a lot of opportunity to really identify with and work with people who have been able to create futures for themselves that look just like the one I said, millionaire, self-sustaining business, family, own property, things like that. And nothing separates me from them at all, aside from that they have a business and they've successfully managed to build a repeatable model for success. A system for making money over time, multiple times. So for me, I think, okay, 3 years I think is a good enough time to do a bit of a gut check. And I'm basically a glorified freelancer, like I do fractional marketing. It's not a product, it's a service. And increasingly, I found the ICP, the ideal customer that I want to talk to, founders, entrepreneurs, owner-operators. Not much separate, why should they hire me when they can do things like social strategy, paid social, building landing pages, building email marketing newsletters? Why should they pay a premium to hire me when they can use ChatGPT and YouTube and get 80% of the way in a period of time rather than hire me? And increasingly, it's hard for me to come up with a good rebuttal to that. I lean on AI tools all day, and I see the value in them, and I think to myself, yeah, there's not much that I can say to that would actually be of other than I put my name on good work. I have 10 plus 12 years of marketing experience. I have lots of professional credentials and past successes that I can point to, but I'm sensing a lot of uncertainty on a macro level in marketing, and on a personal front, it's almost like the best days are behind us. So I'm at a point where I'm really starting to evaluate my skill set, who I am, what I want to do with my life, and trying to figure out kind of the path here. And I love storytelling. That's always been the through line. I love writing. I went to school for journalism. I worked as a music journalist for many years. I love interviewing. I love connecting with people. That's what's drawn me to social. I'm a proud nerd. I grew up on the internet. Those are all things that are kind of the through line to my career in marketing, and they are going to be the thing, I think, that I will continue to point at in terms of wherever I go next. Those qualities will remain. Is it going to be, do I want to build a digital marketing agency? I don't know. The space really excites me. I enjoy the ability to help founders build their dreams. Again, another through line towards Easy Media. I love the knowing that the work I do for clients results in them growing their business and potentially doing things like hiring people, scaling, expanding new markets, achieving their dreams. I love helping people. And if I can find a way to help people through business and get paid to do it, that sounds amazing, Currently, one thing I am doing that is a bit of a success is I've started consulting with the government of New Zealand, who runs a program under the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise called the Beachhead Network, where entrepreneurs in New Zealand sign up to be a member of, and they get access to all kinds of resources, one of which is a network of entrepreneurs and professionals in all kinds of categories, financial, import, export people, manufacturing, all kinds of things. So for me, I'm the e-com marketing guy, I guess, and social. And I've actually been in front of 9 or 10 companies at this point. So things are definitely going well, and the CEO sometimes sits on these calls. They're legit businesses with, $50 million revenues and expanding to the US and opening TikTok shops and doing all kinds of things. So that's been cool and interesting. And, you know, being able to like help those businesses scale and do things in marketing, that's really cool. Is it still cool for me to like kind of pussyfoot around and do Mickey Mouse shit where I have to, you know, get lowballed by potential clients and justify my premium price? And to be fair, it is a premium, you know, like I told my girlfriend what my like ideal hourly rate is for work, and she could believe it. But you know, like, it's like, again, I know people who fucking cream me and aren't even as old as me or have as much experience. They just stacked wins and look bigger and are bigger, you know, so it's not that crazy. And yeah, I'm kind of at this point now where I'm at the drawing board of like my career in life and where I want to take things. And you know, I think YouTube and content creation and being kind of a face on social, you know, I know it's valuable, but I've always proudly been a behind the scenes person. I love writing. I prefer to write, but you know, I went to school for journalism. I worked in TV for a year after school. Like, this is all just pretty natural to me, even though like I think I don't like it. That's probably it. I must like it if I did this for fucking school. But anyway, I'm really looking now at the you know, next couple years and my goal list. And my girlfriend's so beautiful, man. Like, I swear to God, nothing motivates me more than seeing a picture of my girl. You know, I'm really lucky in that regard. But you know, she is no bullshit. She is very much on my case about like, oh, when I say I want to do things and don't do them, like, she notices. And I really love that about her, because she's that way with herself. She's a very accountable person who's built a life for herself that is really commendable. And you know, a great quality of hers is that, like me, she's just no bullshit and very like honest. But sometimes, admittedly, I just get lazy, you know. I get lazy and scared. I get scared. That's really the fucking thing. Like, I'm scared to post. I'm scared to fucking yap. I'm scared to you know, graduate to being these like online talking head people, because I think it's cringe. Climbing Cringe Mountain has been a fucking topic of conversation with a group of friends of mine for fucking 2+ years. And I've only just talked about it. I haven't done anything, you know? So I think now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, it's enough kind of talking. I gotta talk to the camera. But for real though, like, I see all these people I look up to and the things they've built and the steps they've taken. I know the steps. I watch the fucking motivational videos. I read the articles. I read the Twitter threads. And I'm kind of done with all of that now. I gotta really stop and smell the roses, take stock, see the summit of the mountain that I want to climb, and start putting fucking one foot in front of the fucking other, you know? Like, that's it. That really is it. So yeah, I'm hopeful that this next year is gonna be great. I mean, I know it's gonna be great, but a big goal of mine is to get this O1 visa and move from Canada to the United States so I can live with my girlfriend. And you know, that's the only path. I don't really see myself getting a job tomorrow where they're gonna give me an H-1B or whatever. So it really is this extraordinary ability visa. So, you know, I've been making moves towards it, but I haven't actually paid the law firm and submitted the letters and submitted the application. All talk. So yeah, Michelle and I had a heart-to-heart about that yesterday, and I'm off to the US this week to New York, and then LA to be with her for just a week. And you know, now's the time to do all this. So it's kind of time to stop yapping about shit, and just time for action. So, you know, this is just a function of that. I didn't plan this at all. I just started driving to mom and dad's house and thought, what the fuck, I'll turn my phone this way and start yapping and see what comes out of it. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna actually post this, because again, cringe, but like, fuck it, like, who cares? Like, who fucking cares? Someone put it really well the other day on, again, yet another like thing I just watched, but it's like we're kind of just on a big rock floating in space. Nothing really matters. And like, that's kind of something I learned last year. When I spent 3 days at a ryokan in Minobu, Japan, at a Buddhist kind of temple / lodging that they host, and foreigners are welcome, sermons in English and all this stuff. And I came out of a 3-hour meditation and ceremony at this Nichiren Buddhist temple, with this like profound fucking feeling that was so peaceful. And I was just like, oh wow, nothing matters. Like, it was like, that was the way I was able to articulate it. But it wasn't in this nihilistic, oh my god, nothing matters, I'm so scared. It was like the pressure was off. Like, the pressure was off, nothing matters. And I gotta really land on getting back to that feeling and that mentality, because it's such a profound truth that it's like invisible unless you kind of like tap into it. So yeah, nothing matters. Anyway, I'm at my folks' house, so I'm gonna turn the camera off, but this felt good. This was cathartic. Maybe I'll post again.